Hey friends, Greg here with the Pennywise guys. I'm going to show you how to do the final hookups on the compressor unit on this mini split system. And I built the custom framing. You can check out a video how to do that. The inside evaporator unit and the cabinetry work, check out those videos. On this video we're going to concentrate on how to do the installation and final hookups on the compressor unit and get it running. So let's get started. I fed the lines through here and I temporarily formed it, leaving a little extra there, bent it to where this will come over to here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and reflare right around in here, and I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll do the permanent bend and get it formed in there a little nicer. I have a little extra material so I can get the adjustments done on the line set cover, and yeah, I think it'll work great. So I'm going to be cutting off about 3 feet. I'm going to check the 1/2 inch here. I went ahead and cut and deburr it. I just want to make sure. I'm going to have to buy new copper to replace that line. So let's just see if the same problem with the 1/2 inch, which can't get it. And a heavy 1/8 of an inch, the quarter a little less than 1/8, half a heavy 1/8, and get this put on there. Yeah, it's a heavy 1/8. Okay, let's see if it's going to work. The Pioneer unit I did had the 1/4 inch line that was bad. The 1/2 inch was perfectly fine. Just the 1/4 inch. The same thing happened here. Go ahead. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, it came out good. Okay, that's a good flare. No splits. Okay, that one worked. That's a good fit. It fits nicely in there. Went ahead and replaced the 1/4 inch copper. We had a problem when we did the flaring before. The 1/2 inch tubing, it flared beautifully. I got that done, but the 1/4 inch copper split. And I don't know if you can see this or not. It's got a pie-shaped split in the line. And what I found out is these companies are using seamed copper, not seamless. And also it's hard copper, it's not annealed copper. And so there's a problem with that. You have to have soft annealed copper that's seamless to get good flares, okay, especially on 1/4 inch. That was my experience on that. What they are doing on these, this is the C&H, the Cooper Hunter. I've done the Pioneer brand, and so I've done others that. What I found out is they're buying the cheaper copper. It's the hardened copper that's not annealed, and it's got a seam to it. And so that's what makes that pie shape. Is what happens is when you flare something that's hard and it's got that seam, it cracks in that seam and makes a pie wedge. And so what they do from factory is they use a cheaper copper, they anneal the end of it. Okay, every place where they're going to put a flare, they heat it up, quench it, cold water, whatever they do to quench it, get it cold real quick. And that's an annealing process that softens the copper. By softening the copper, they can get away with doing a factory flare that will not split. But it does split in the field sometimes. It happened to me on that Pioneer brand. We did the installation, we didn't cut the line set, so we used the factory flares. We hooked it up. I did the evacuation on it. It held the vacuum, so I went ahead and charged it. It ran great for about 3 days, and then I lost all the Freon within a few seconds. And what happened was it made that, when I pulled it apart, it had the wedge-shaped split in it, just like what I showed you. So even with the factory flare, it looked good, it was working for several days, and it split and it became useless at that point. I lost a lot of all the Freon, the refrigerant, and now the price of refrigerant at $25 a pound, you know, there's $100 to $125 that I lost. And so I'm not going to do that on this one, since I had to cut the line set anyway, and I went ahead and flared it, and I got that wedge. I go, okay, I figured out what was wrong with it. I went down to my wholesaler and got the refrigeration AC copper that's annealed. That means a soft copper all the way through, and it's seamless. So now we're not going to have a problem. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this is deburred. This is the factory cut, so I'm just going to just go over it. Yep, I got a little bit of burr off of that. You just want to just check it, because even the factory cut, they may not have deburred it perfectly. Okay, that looks good. Let me just check it again. Okay, I'm not getting any more burr. Okay, make sure that you tip it up and don't let it go down into the tubing. Okay, go ahead and put the fitting on there. Make sure that the narrow end goes away from the flare. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this for 1/4 inch. It's right here. And I like this flaring tool. It's a little more costly, but it's well worth it. And okay, we want to leave a little less than 1/8 of an inch for 1/4 inch, sticking out past. I don't know if you can see that, sticking out past this edge. A little less than 1/4 inch. That's what I found. A little less than 1/8 inch. That's what I found out with a little bit of experience. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this put on. Get that lined up with the 1/4 inch. There's holes here that index the placement. Get that set on the cord. I'm just going to check to make sure it's the right. Okay, that looks good. Then make sure that nut is on there, or that fitting is on there. You don't want to do this without having that. Just tighten this down. We're good to go, and we're going to go ahead and get this flared. And then once it clicks, this automatically will tell you when it's ready to go at the end, right there. Okay, don't do any more than that. And go back with it. And we'll see if we left the right amount. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it's too big or too small. That's a, oh! Ah! We've got a little bit of a problem there, Houston. It has a little bit of a split on here. I double checked. They're saying that it is seamless copper that I got. So I got the right material. Must have just been a factory defect on the end here, so I'm just going to cut it back a little bit and we'll try it again until we get a good flare. That can happen. It's the first time I've done lots of this seamless copper. I've never had that happen before, but you know, hey, I'm glad it happened here, so you guys can see if it happens to you, you know how to fix it. So I'm going to cut it back about 1 inch. I got plenty of length. I always cut a little more than I think I need. I always give myself extra to do a job like this. So just slowly, we don't want to pinch this copper when we're cutting it. Just slight turns on the cutter here to get a nice smooth cut without pinching it. Do a rotation, just a little bit of a turn, and then it drops off there. We're going to go ahead and deburr it. Anytime you cut it, you're going to have to deburr it. And I use this nice deburring tool that have new blades you can insert, and it rotates. The ones that you just spin on there, I don't like them as much as this one. This will do all the sizes, 1/4 inch all the way up to 1/2 inch. Okay, just take your time, make sure it's angled down so it's not falling down into your line. We're going to get all the debris out of there. Slightly turn it until you stop seeing anything coming off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and knock the burrs out of there, and then we'll try it again and just see, just a light cut here, not heavy. We don't want to score it on the inside. We just want to take that burr off. Okay, that's good. Get the vibrations there. It'll knock all the debris out because I've got this slope down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and try this again. Make sure that nut is on there. That compressor, that fitting. Make sure the threads, the fat part and threads are facing towards the flare. We're going to go ahead and put this on again and go again. A little less than 1/8 of an inch. That was hitting down here. We'll spin that out here. This is loose up. Come on. That's catching it here. There we go. Make sure it lines up with that hole, and it'll center itself in the hole once you start cranking it down here. Okay. Make sure we have a little less than 1/8 of an inch. You might have to practice a little bit to find out exactly what that means to you, and you'll get it figured out. Just get a few practices there, and we're going to go ahead and see what happens here. Okay, once it gives there, we know that it's kind of like a clutch. It says, nope, that's as far as you go. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Let's just check for any defects, any splits. That looks good. Let's check for size. Perfect. Okay, we got a perfect flare. All right, well that worked. So I've got now both lines done. I did before the 1/2 inch. The bigger the line, the easier it is to flare it, believe it or not. Okay, just got to make sure it's straight. You know, you don't want to flare it when it's curved, so make sure that the part you're flaring, pull that cap out of there, it's straight. So when it comes on there, it's coming on straight. Okay, same thing here, got it straight. You look for any kind of debris or any kind of splits, any kind of deep scratches. Any fine scratches, that sealant that we use will take care of that. Let's check this again, make sure it feels smooth. You don't have a burr on that outside edge, because if you don't deep burr it enough, you end up having a little burr on the outside edge, and that will keep it from seating fully. So you can feel that, and it feels smooth. I don't feel any burr on that outside edge. Okay, so we're good to go there. We're good to go here. So now we're going to go ahead and start with the 1/4 inch line. So we're going to just take a wrench and loosen up these caps here. Okay, they're already loose. We're going to take off the 1/4 inch one first. It's got a little rubber plug in there. Make sure that rubber plug is off of there. And we're going to go ahead and apply, make sure this is all clean. Okay, looks good. We're going to apply the sealant, just a small little bead across here. You don't want to put lots of it on there, but you want to make sure that the face is covered with the sealant. Okay. All right. Make sure this goes on straight. Okay. Always hand tighten it first, all the way down the line. Okay, and you don't want to start cranking on that, because if you can't finger tight it, you've got some cross threading going on there, and you don't want to have that happen. Okay, so I got it finger tight all the way down the line, and that 1/4 inch, we start that at 18 newtons. Let's see, 18 is gonna be right here. We'll start that at 18. So I line up to 18 with the 18 mark, that's 18, and then if I go 19, 20, just count each slab. Don't go by the numbers here, it's like 19, 20, 21, 22. So we're gonna start at 18. Okay, now this one here, you're gonna have to hold it. You don't want to start cranking on this and have the valve here break off. So I take a wrench and I just kind of hold it here to counter weight that. We're gonna go this way. So I'm gonna tighten it this way, and I'm pushing down on that wrench just slightly to keep it from putting too much pressure on that. And I think this thing moved on me here. Yeah, a little bit. Didn't lock that in quite right. Let's try it again. Okay, it clicked. Go ahead and loosen it up just a bit. We do it 2 steps, 18, 19, 20. Take it up to 20 newtons. What that doing is it's preceding it. You loosen it back up and you make sure that okay, we're gonna go this way with it. Okay, make sure that's still at 20. And make sure that you got this wrench on the right way. It shows a picture of that in which direction you pull, so make sure you follow the instructions on that torque wrench, or it could be off. Okay, once it clicks, stop. Do not over tighten it. Okay, that's the 1/4 inch line. Looks good. I'm going to add some more insulation here once I get it all tested for leaks. Then I'll add some more insulation on that pipe. If you don't, you get condensation. It's just it's best to have it insulated. So dump that up over there. We're going to go ahead and go with the 1/2 inch line here. See, this is bent so nicely. The soft copper, this harder copper is really tough, especially the 1/2 inch. Really tough. Make sure that lines up. And then we'll route all this later once we're all done testing. Just a little bit more. Got to make sure that goes on there straight. Right there. Okay. We'll go ahead and take and coat some sealant on there. Okay, we're done with that. Go ahead and switch off the head on the torque wrench to a 24. I believe that's the size of this nut. Yep, 24. Okay, we're gonna do is hand tighten that first. Now that I got that where it goes straight on there, we'll get this down there, and we'll hand spin that on there just like that. Beautiful. Okay, we'll go ahead and let's set the torque wrench. This was at 49 for the 1/2 inch line, so we'll match up 42 to 42. 42. Okay, and we'll start counting. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. We'll start at 49. Well, we're going to take it to about 52 when we're done. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this wrench on there to kind of, again, keep some counter force on that so it doesn't. Okay, that's 49. We're going to go ahead and loosen it back up. We've got a 1/4 turn. And we're going to go ahead, and that was at 49, 50, 51, 52. We can go up to 59, but I'm going to keep it between 52 and 55. There's no reason to go 59. 49 is acceptable, 52 is good. So go ahead and tighten this back up. Come on. Let's try it again. Right there. We're all done. Okay. So next step, we're going to go ahead and evacuate and check for leaks. I pray that you are blessed and that you know Him who is the author of life.